Hey, welcome back here. So now this is a new one right here. We're gonna do. We're gonna. So I bought the second host finally. Those who saw my last video, I got my second host. Now I got the same model, just a different version XD. Meaning the XD holds more drives, and I'm gonna show you guys right. Before I do the install, before I do the RAID, before I do the NIC Teaming and the OS, this is my lab right here. So these two servers right here, I don't have them on a rack yet, but soon, hopefully in the future, that would be next. The bottom one is the existing one, and the new one is the top one. So the bottom one I have RAID 10, and that. No. The top one, I'm going to do RAID 1 because there's two drives, the new one. And since and now I'm going by memory, my Dell, the 730 that has 4 drives, I believe it's a RAID 10. Yeah, RAID 10. So, but here's my specs on them. So this is a more important bread and butter of the systems. The one I currently has a 24 core hyper threading, of course. So meaning 24 core physical CPUs and 48 logical, because it's times by 2, right? So I have 48 CPUs, 64 gigabits of RAM, enough to build. And I'm going to show you this one right now live. And then the new one has, I got a good deal on both, so that's why the new one has 20 core, 40 cords, 40 logical cords, 40 physical cords, and this XD, this brand right here, holds more drives. If you guys see on the top, I guess that's the difference. I don't really care about the drives. I just care more about the cores and the memory, because I'm going to be building. I have a NAS attached to it in the back. Can't see it. I have 2 NAS and in the bottom. But this is the difference. So this is the today's list. I'm gonna do a RAID. I'm gonna do it on iDRAC. You can do it in multiple ways. You can log in, do it on the sconfig or PowerShell, but I'm gonna do it on the iDRAC. And then I'm going to install the OS, Windows Server, of course, because it's going to be running Hyper-V. And then I'm going to do NIC Teaming, because this one has 4 NICs. So I'm going to do NIC Teaming. But let me show you. Let me log into Windows Media or Windows Admin Center. I already have one here. This is the one that's already live. So this is 48 logical processors, like I said. And this is this one right here, the 24. Let's put them side by side right here. Look at this. So you can see your specs even if you don't log into them with Windows Admin Center. And then you can see on real time right here how fast and the resources of the memory, the resources of the host. Pretty interesting. Here, I'm gonna go back home, and this is I already added my Note 2, the one that's gonna be loading, but of course it's not on here because I haven't detected it yet. So let's get going. Let's get busy. I just wanted to give a quick intro on this. I'm building it up, and I'm gonna stay with two hosts for now. That's all I need. Actually, right now at work, I'm doing this I'm emulating exactly what I'm gonna be doing this task at work. I'm gonna deploy a server. I'm gonna do RAID control before RAID 2, just RAID 1. It has 2 drives. It's gonna be on a NAS, and then I'm gonna do install the OS and then NIC team and all the fun stuff. All right, let's get going. Let's do RAID. So this one has 2 physical. These 2 physical drives are on the physical server, and of course I'm not downstairs. I prepped everything downstairs and I came up to the room, so it's not even that noisy, but I'm more comfortable in the room remotely. So here's my 2 drives. They're 3 terabytes, and I got a good deal on this server itself. So, and here is the virtual. So I'm gonna create a new virtual drive. So when you have two, well, keep in mind when you have two physical drives and you do RAID, we're gonna do RAID 1. You're only gonna see one virtual disk. Okay, so to those who think, oh, they're gonna have two virtual disks, no, because this is gonna be doing RAID 1. What it does is it makes copies it makes copies of each one exactly to provide high reliability on the disk. If one fails, the other one takes over. So the performance is pretty good. So this is the one that I'm gonna go with right now because I have these two. So let's go ahead and create it. Create the disk. Let me see this. Let's go through this real quick. Oh, this is default. I don't change anything. I wanted at 2 terabytes. Create the disk. Let's have some fun this Friday, February 20th. Load up the 2, and then because we're gonna do fail clustering, we're gonna install some drives, servers. This shouldn't take that long. Normally it takes a minute or two, but it doesn't take that long. If it takes oh, let me see. Unsuccessful. Okay, let's see. Wait, the current lifecycle control operation is complete. I think I know what's going on. Lifecycle control is currently in use. You see this? And let's go back into the server. The overview. Even though I don't have it in an OS, it doesn't have nothing on the server. But I booted it up and it's on the. You see this? Here, let me show you guys right here. Look, this is the. If you plug in a monitor, you'll see this. So this is why it's showing. This is why I wasn't able to. It said the image. That's exactly what it said. So let's finish. Let's boot it up. And hopefully, let me try it again while it's booting up. I never tried this. It's gonna boot up. I already have I'm gonna boot up to a USB. I already have it ready. Let's see. Let's go back to the virtuals. This creates immediately. This isn't it should not even take that long. So let me call it VMs because this is where my VMs are gonna be. RAID 1. Let's select both. Create. And normally it's a really quick process. There you go. You see, the job has been successful. I knew it was because of that. Let's go check it out. So these are online. These are RAID. Let's see our virtual new one. Here it goes right here. RAID 1. All right, now let me see where the process is going right here. Oh, look at this. This is why I wasn't able to see it. So now that it's going through, I'm gonna boot up to the disk because that's next. Boot up to the OS, install the OS, and then there's no virtual disk. Okay, I should be seeing my disks here. Here it goes right here at VM. Okay, it's probably still building RAID 1. I don't know, but I know that this is how it should be looking right here. Dedicated hot swap spared. No, that's when you want to hot swap drive in case if it goes down. Of course, this is virtual. So hey, now that there is created, it's online, everything is good. Now let me go back to the server. See, it's loading up. See, I already have it ready. Once you boot it up, now you guys remember this is iDRAC. This is a managed NIC where if your system goes down, it'll power up. It has a little battery, a battery controller. I had to replace one the other day at work, and that's how it gets the power whenever there's a issue with your server. It'll never go down, even if the OS shuts down or there's no battery. It has a separate little battery. Those who know. So, but I just want to share that. All right, so I got the RAID. Let's go back. In the meantime, let's go look at the list. RAID is done. We went over this a little bit. RAID 1. I got RAID 2 on my other server. On this bottom one, because it has 1, 2, 3, 4. If you guys can see that. This is where the RAID 10 is. So now, okay. Reason, the OS, logical boot. Okay, OS install second. I'm going to install Windows Server. And this is going to be last. Now this time I'm gonna do the NIC teaming on the servers, on the server GUI side. I always do it through PowerShell. It's so easy in PowerShell, but I want to get the GUI side because at work I'm gonna be doing GUI. So those who know. I mean, the command is really easy. All right, let's do next. Everybody, this is really easy. Now, standard data center, I'm gonna do standard. Let me make sure. Okay, like this option installs a full Windows graphical environment. Look at this one. The standard does this option on most Windows graphical environment manages the command prompt. Nope, I want that. This one probably does. You'll manage it with the sconfig, but I want to do the experience. I don't want a data center. This is too much power for me. But I can do this. I work. I got data center and standard. All right, let's go ahead and go next. We should see the logical drive right here. Okay, we didn't. Oh, yeah, this is it. So let's do new. And I don't want to put the whole thing right here. Let's see. All right, like this. Apply. I can always come back and if I see I need at least 100 gigs for the drive. Here's 0 right here, primary. That's good enough. 300 gigs out of 3 terabytes. That ain't nothing. But this is where the OS is gonna hold. Actually, yeah, it's because I'm not gonna. The ISOs and my images are gonna be away from the operating system because the root. You don't want anything on the root. Just even if you have anything running, your logs and anything should be away from the root. So if you install, like for example, I don't know, something that's managing your Wi-Fi's or anything that has to do with that needs a server. So let's go ahead and get this going. I'm probably gonna pause it here because I don't want to save my time so I can explain more, and I'm doing this because I'm gonna be doing the same thing at work. So I'm doing this on my lab. Isn't that great? So whoever does the lab, make sure you guys do all your stuff on the lab before you deploy at work. All right, I'll be back with you guys. I'm gonna pause this. Okay, so we're done. Finally, it took like 10 minutes, 15 minutes around there somewhere. So let's go ahead and, of course, the host. So this is my host, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and install. Okay, good. So the host, I'm gonna have it on the group, work group, or I might even do a domain just on the two hosts to get them separate from the Hyper-V, because I'm emulating work, so they're not in the same domain for whatever reason. I know there's something behind it. I just haven't looked it up. But to play it safe, I'm gonna separate them. The host is gonna host my Hyper-Vs, of course, and I'm gonna manage them through Hyper Manager, and as you guys seen here, Windows Admin Center. So this is my other host. This is my NIC, my team NICs on these. So I just came over here to check the IPs because while I was paused, I already know what IP I'm gonna get for this new one. It's gonna be what I'm gonna do is so server's ready, and I'm curious. Let's just see what, just to make sure. I like to always double check my work. So remember, this is downstairs. So okay, so look at this. Okay, good. The 2640 2.4. So this has, I know it has 32 gigs. I'm gonna upgrade that later on, but right now I want to make sure everything is prepped. So now let's go into Task Manager, and we'll go to the Server Manager right now and do the NIC teaming because that's the last. And then the failed cluster is going to be at the another video. Not today, but that's part of the works. So let's see, CPU right there, look at that, 20 cores. These are physical cores, 40 logical. So I'm gonna use 40 for my Hyper-V virtualization and memory, of course. Kind of bum. I have a little bit, but I'll work with this until now. I'll probably do 3 domain controllers, and then later on in the future, I'll bring it back up to 64. That's all I need. Here's all my NICs, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're all at 1 gigabit. I think one is 100, but that's fine. I don't care about that either. I just care about learning the process because at work they're at 10 gigs and more. So let's go. Before I NIC team, I just want to see what IP, because I'm gonna actually, whatever the DHCP gave me, I'm gonna use on the server. Probably use 48. So okay, 4952. All right, that's fine. So let's go ahead and do and I'm gonna rename it after. You know what? I'm gonna rename it before. Let's look at the document. Okay, install Windows. That's done. If your RAID controller requires specific, nope. I already had the latest drivers. Okay, so here we're up to here. Now NIC teaming. Once the OS is installed, run configure NIC teaming switch team set, which is all server and the server manager. Yep, we know that. I love to do it through the command. It's so easy. It's so easy on the command. Really easy. Just one click and that's it. And this is how it would look. I'm gonna name it the same because I did this on a previous one, but now I'm practicing on GUI. All right, teaming is a software-defined layer that manages your physical NIC. So kind of like redundant, kind of like if one goes down, it'll move to the other, something like that. That's what NIC teaming is. It uses all the 4. So it's a team, and then they all join together. And that's what we want for redundancy, for failover. That's exactly what's going to happen with clustering, failover clustering, because failover clustering, that also works like that. Clustering failover after what happens is if both of these are running and one goes down, all my VMs are going to jump to the other one. That's the whole point of the clustering. But I have one issue. So we have a beam backup solution at work, and that gets along with failover clustering. They're both compatible, but I just want to make sure because it's something to do with the admin accounts. I want to make sure I don't overlap because it's a backup and through another backup. All right, let's get busy. We're doing too much talking here. All right, so let's go ahead and go into NIC teaming. Let's you know what? Let me enable this. I'm gonna leave it as a work group right now. At the end, I'll rename it because I'm debating on either to leave it like that or join it. And of course, this is a trial version, so I'll get a trial version. Let's enable this. Let's do the. So the process is, let me do a recap. RAID. After you have RAID, if you have 2 or more, you can do RAID. After you do RAID, you set it up, you boot up, you install the OS. Once you install the OS, you do your NIC teaming. Once you do the NIC teaming, you rename it, and then you make sure all your NIC teams are showing up. And we're gonna do static IP on the actual NIC team. And why isn't this not taking me? Oh, here it goes. Okay, let me bring it out a little bit. So, okay, so here goes the NIC teaming right here. Online, they're all there. Oh, nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and do new. Okay, new. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna call this, I'm gonna try to keep it the same. HCI. Now that's they use that acronym for Hyper-V. I don't have it on top of my head, but I'm gonna use that same naming convention. Dash node 2 because I already have a node 1, and I'm gonna team all these. And then I'm gonna follow the structure of work, switch independent, dynamic, and this one right here, they left it alone, but I researched it. So this is like another failover. This would take over if anything happens, but all adapters active. I'm gonna leave it like that. This is how it is at work. So I want to, just be like that. I want to make sure everything is kind of emulating work. I don't want to change it around. Let's create it. Now it looks like let me see, it's down, but let's go. This is pretty fast. You can actually see it live versus it doesn't matter. Even on PowerShell, it's quick. PowerShell is quicker. You just gotta go through, make sure. Sometimes you get the command rounds. You gotta make sure you have that switch independent enabled. A couple things you have to do. Okay, so let's go to the drives. Now the drives will be right here. Network. Nope. Network connections. Ethernet. Okay. So now. Okay, here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is my NIC team. This is the main guy. So I'm just gonna confirm that there's nothing. This is where I'm gonna do my VLANing too, but that's a different thing. That's a different day. Status. Here goes status. Detail. Yeah. Okay, nothing. That's good. That's what I want to see because this is taking over, remember? So let's do status, detail. Yep. And at work, they have a direct. Then one of the SANs is directly connected to one of the servers. Okay, perfect. All right, so that's what we want to see. Now let's go into the NIC team. Here it goes. That's exactly what we're gonna see. So I guess this is the IP. So okay, 48, and then this is our DNS, and our subnet is -34. We're gonna do 255, 255, 255, and we'll put alternative. We'll put the Google one for the DNS. All right, let's go in here. Come on. So we have 48, 192.168.1.48/24. Default gateway 192.168.1. You know what? I'm gonna do the DNS. Let's go back to the other server. I'm pointing to that main server, and if I have to change it, I'll change it around. It doesn't matter. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. Just to make it more easier on me here, let's go back in here. Okay, DNS. Let's just put the 168.1. But I like to put the DNS as the first server, the first domain controller. That way we can get it from the DNS from that domain controller, and then it just triggers like dominoes. Every other domain controller or server will get that same DNS. And let's do 8.8.8.8 Google. Okay, now if this doesn't work, I'll change the DNS. I'll put the preferred DNS as the first server. So let's go ahead and close it. Let's see. Yep, it got it. And then just to make sure, look, let's ping outside. Let's ping. 898. Okay. I'm gonna rush. Okay, we're pinging outside. Now, I know that there's one server, 192.168.1.1. Okay, good. Let's ping one of the VMs. I just am curious. No. Oh, that's fine. That's fine because this is not connecting with the VM, domain. That's fine. I already knew it. So let me do ns lookup and node. No, what is that? Hyper-V. Okay, it's giving me that address, but I know there's going to be a DNS record too. Okay, that local. No, okay, that's fine. I know it's pinging, it's online. That's my goal right today. The rest can come through. I'll plan it out for another day. But this is it. This was the whole story right here. Whenever you deploy a server, you have to prep, make sure everything is ready. So I'm doing just the easy part right now. The hard part, I already have it halfway done at work. The server rack is out. The old server's out. I already fetched a couple of fresh lines. And I'm going to make sure that everything is working by stages. Don't rush this. Never rush that, something you're going to, and also document everything. I already have my documents at work, so my spreadsheet template where I'm going to, where everything is going to follow the next guy. Kind of like the diagram, the topology of our network. You have to, it's not just a network topology, it's a server, rack, NAS, firewall, what rack are you in, what number, and all that, and so that's exactly what we have to do. So hopefully you guys learned something, because I do every day. Hey, you guys have a good night. Hey, welcome back